Just imagine it. The roar of a stadium, the electric energy of a band hitting their stride, that feeling of a legendary concert captured forever. That's exactly what Ryoma Maeda's new album, Live at Pudokan, promises. But here's the thing. There's a brilliant twist to this live experience, one that kind of makes you rethink what a live album even is.
Okay, so this is the official line for the album. And wow, it really sets the stage, doesn't it? You can practically feel the heat from the lights and the sound of the crowd. It's all about bringing back this incredible night of music. But what if that night never actually happened?
So, to really get what this album is all about, we've got to go back a bit and look at the artist himself. What kind of backstory leads someone to create something so epic and honestly so unusual? Well, it all starts on a small, remote island.
So picture this. Ryoma Maeda grows up on the Goto Islands in Japan, and his experience with music? Totally different from most of us. There were no big bands touring through town, and this was way before you could just pull up any concert you wanted on YouTube. For him, live albums from bands like Queen weren't just records. They were literally his only ticket to the show.
And this quote from him, man, it just says it all. He wasn't just passively listening. He was closing his eyes and imagining the whole scene. The stage, the lights, the feeling. The cheers and the energy of the recording painted a picture for him. He dreamed of one day creating that exact same feeling for his listeners. And, well, when he finally got the chance, he did something really, really clever with it.
All right, so the first clue, the first little hint that something's a bit different, is right there in the title, Live at Pudokan. It sounds almost right, doesn't it? But that little tweak is totally on purpose, and it's our key to the whole thing.
Okay, so to get what's going on here, you need to know about the Pudokan. It's this legendary arena in Tokyo, and for Japanese musicians, playing the Pudokan means you have made it. It's iconic. So Maeda takes that name and gives it this funny little twist to Pudokan. It's an awesome nod to his heroes, but it's also a total giveaway that he's messing with us, you know?
All right, let's do it. It's time to pull back the curtain. If this massive concert never actually happened at a place called the Pudokan, then how in the world did he make it? Let's break down this incredible performance piece by piece.
Maeda himself calls it a pseudo-live album. The whole thing is a studio creation. This isn't a recording of something that happened, it's a work of musical fiction. He literally built the feeling of a live show from the ground up, all by himself in the studio. Okay, so obviously the first question on everyone's mind is the crowd, right? I mean, the audience is what makes a live album feel live. The cheers, the applause. If there was no concert, where did all that sound come from? And the answer is just wild. He basically constructed the crowd. He took samples of cheers and applause and then drenched the entire album's mix in this huge reverb effect to make it sound like it's all bouncing around a massive arena. The audience itself is an instrument he played in the studio.
Okay, so the crowd's a studio creation. But what about the drum solo? You know, that classic, epic, show-stopping part of any live rock album. Surely that has to be a real, raw performance, right?
You have to love this quote. Maeda straight up admits he dreamed of having a mind-blowing drum solo like Yoshiki from the legendary band X Japan. The only problem? He can't play the drums. So what did he do? He programmed the whole thing, including the massive standing ovation he always wanted to get.
All right, so the crowd is fake, the drum solo is programmed, but come on, that raw, emotional, fiery guitar solo, that's got to be the real deal. That's an artist pouring his soul out through 6 strings. And nope, there it is. Even that blistering guitar solo isn't a guitar. It's a synthesizer, just using a preset sound he found. The performance is totally real, but the instrument is just another part of this amazing illusion. And you gotta love this little detail he added. He said that even though he was in a studio playing a keyboard, he was fully in character, making a proper guitarist face the whole time. So for him, the performance was completely real, even if the tools were a little unconventional. So, okay, after all this, the fake crowd, the programmed drums, the synth guitar, you have to ask, why? Why go to all this trouble? What's the artistic point of creating this super elaborate fake? And his answer really gets to the heart of what this is all about. His goal was never to trick anybody. It was to deliver a very specific feeling, the pure, unfiltered excitement of a gigantic stadium show. So yeah, the method was totally fake, but the goal, the feeling he wanted to give you, that was 100% real. He wanted to give us the concert he always dreamed of as a kid.
So let's just break this down for a second, because the contrast here is amazing. On one side, you have the grand illusion, this epic, sold-out stadium concert. And on the other side, the reality, one incredibly talented guy in a studio, using technology to build his dream performance from nothing. It's this incredible magic trick of perception versus creation.
You know, the official description for the album calls it the ultimate entertainment that brilliantly goes back and forth between serious and fake, and I don't think you could say it any better. It's a serious work of art and a playful experiment all at the same time.
And that really leaves us with a huge question, doesn't it? When you listen to Live at Pudokan, the excitement you feel is real. The energy is absolutely real. So, if the emotion it creates in you is authentic, how much does it really matter that the sounds themselves were born from a fiction? Something to think about.